All right. Hi. Good morning, everyone. My name's Alicia, and I'm one of the product owners here at altHR. And uh, today we'll be going through a brief walkthrough of the admin panel and basically show you what the admin panel looks like, what are the different components that you have in there, and examples of different policies that you can set up in the admin dashboard on altHR. All right, so let's share the screen and I'll take you through it. All right, so this is the main homepage of the altHR admin panel. It'll basically bring you to your company's profile page. So this is where you see information like your company's name, um, picture or logo, other company information from numbers, emails, websites, and also your company's address. So basically main information about your company. If needed, you can always make changes anytime by clicking on the edit button, and it'll just bring you to another page where you can make edits and then you can save them. All right, so this is the main profile page. The next tab we have is the structure page, which is basically referring to the number of levels your company has. So depending on your company's HR policies, you may have multiple levels. So in this example, in this demo account, we have set up 3 levels: department, section, subsection. And if needed, you can always add more structure by naming them and then clicking add, and it'll save at the bottom here. Same goes to job bands. Depending on your company's HR policy, this is where you define the range of salaries in your of your employees in your company. So you could have things from different job groups, different job grades. Some companies name them bands, and then you have this different salary range here, and you can just add a new job band and edit new information and add them whenever you want. So this is for salary compensations information. Then you have also the offices tab where you can say if your company has branches, you can add them here, or if there's just one headquarter, you can just add them here as well. So if you do have a new office, just click on add new office, input the name, address, state, and then click on add office, and it will just save here. All right, so this is the main company's profile page. Let's move on to the modules page. This is the entire module offerings of altHR that you can switch, that you as an admin can switch on or off for your employees. So example, these are all the module offerings that we have. And say you don't really use, let's say, the travel module. You can simply just click on this toggle and switch it off. That way, no one in your company will see the travel module within their mobile app. Switch it back on again if you want visibility. There's also the added function of eligibility. So say if you want only specific people to see the leaves module, you can click on the edit button. You could say, no, not all employees are eligible. You can say only people who are on permanent contracts can see the leaves module. You can select that eligibility and click confirm. And then only people who are on permanent contract will see the leaves module in their app. All right, a simple eligibility check here that you can select if you want to. Moving on to role management. So this is a page where you can edit the permissions of specific employee access to the admin dashboard. Say, in this example, there is a specific person who deals with posting regular company updates and news. So I could simply click on add policy. It will bring me to this page where I name the policy, the description, and select the employees that is relevant and what exactly do you want to give them admin access to. So in this case, these 2 employees have access to the news module. So you simply click on that and you click confirm, and then you save, and it will appear here. Add as many policies as you want and include as many admins as you want as per your HR policy. So you can just keep clicking on this and saving it. Then you will be able to see your admin list in this page here, where you see the list of people that you have added, where you'll see all your generated reports from the 3 modules that I will go through later, the leaves, expense, and travel module. And you're able to see them listed here and click on download to view the XLS sheet. All right, so let's go back to the main page. All right, so this is the company module. Let's move on to the other modules that we have. First one being the people module. So its name suggests it's a page where you view all the people in a company. So this particular page shows all your list of employees, active or not active, and you'll be able to see their status here as well. And if they are, say, a resigned employee, you then see them under this resign tab. That's none for now. All right, so in active employees, you can then add new employees. Say if you want to add a new position, you can just simply create a new position, add in the organization name, the person's name, all his information, click on confirm, and the new person will then receive a invitation email to download altHR and to log into the app. All right. And at the same time, for your existing employees, you can also click on actions and view their profile. So this is where you view your specific employee's profile, and you'll see things ranging from their personal information, their picture, birth information, citizenship information, and ranging to other things like their employees' information relating to the company. So say manager's name, functional title, things like that. Identification, so they are perhaps their ID number or their passport number. And also there's an additional field of vehicle information if, say, you need them to note down their vehicles for parking purposes. All right, there's also the contacts tab where you can add their work contact, personal contact information, and emergency contact, if any. Yeah, if you need to make changes, just click on the edit button and you can make changes anytime. There's also the compensation tab, which will tie into the payroll module that we will have probably a month or two down the line when it's ready. So this is where you add in your compensation details, your bank details, statutory details like your EPF and income tax number, and the previous employment income, which is needed to calculate the monthly income tax deduction. All right, so there's next tab is the family and beneficiaries tab. So things from your spouse details to dependents to beneficiaries, if any, you can add them here for each of the employees. The others tab is what we call a custom field tab. So up to your admins to add any additional tabs. Say some companies need them to add their insurance number. That's not related to any of these 4 tabs. The admin can then create these custom fields, and there'll be a field here where you as an admin can fill in their necessary information. All right, so this is the employees tab, pretty simple. Next, we have the organizations tab, and this is where you view all your organizations in the company and also any sub-organizations that you may have. So for example, within the finance, HR, and marketing department, there are specific subdivisions. So if needed, you can just click on the plus button and it'll add an additional line at the bottom, and you can just add in more information. If you click into them, you can then see each department or organization's profile, from things from the org manager, org type, location, if needed, any cost center or description depending on your company. You can then see the organization members, which employees belong to this department, and also positions available. Say if you want to create a new vacant position, you can create this by clicking that button, and you can fill in the information needed here, and it will appear as part of a vacant position here. All right, so this is on organizations. The next function that we have is an import-export function. So this basically makes a HR admin's life easier, where say if you already have a list of the employees and you don't want to add them one by one into employees tab, you can choose to download the altHR template here, which will then download a Excel file. You just fill in their names, their manager name, and any and other required fields that will be in the Excel sheet. There will be also instructions embedded in there, so you can follow the instructions there. And once you have the file, you just click on choose file and start import, and all your employees will import directly into the employees tab. So you don't need to, key in one by one and do it manually over here. There's also the export function where, say, if you want to export any existing employees here into an Excel file, you can just simply do that by clicking the necessary fields or particular employee names and what exactly you want to export. And you click on generate employee list, and it will appear in your reports tab here. So this is where you see all your generated reports. Next, you have your settings page, and this is where you'll be able to view your employee profile page, employee profile settings, sorry. And say, for example, if you don't want your employees to be able to edit their employee information, you can toggle this off, and they will not be able to edit it. Say if you want them to be able to edit it, and you need to be able to approve that, then you can toggle this button on, and then whenever they add in any make any edits to their personal information, then you as an admin will need to approve them. So this is the entire page where you can toggle things on or off depending on your HR policies, and you can then save them as well. Next, we have under settings, there's also notification settings. So this is where admins can be notified if employees make any changes to, say, their personal info or employment info from the app, from their mobile app, and you as an admin will receive a notification via email or via the dashboard, depending on what you want. Custom fields is the same as what was in the previous employees tab. You can create a new custom field, and it will be anything that you need your employees to fill in that does not fall under any existing categories. So it's a free text field, really. All right, so next you have an approval routing page. So this is where you set what the approval routing would be for all your employees. Say some companies would require only one level of approval. So say if you apply for a leave as an employee, it goes straight to your line manager, and that's it. So this is an example of it. But say if someone else from a specific department needs to have 2 levels of approval or 3 levels of approval, you can just create new ones and then list them specifically what approval routing you'd like, and it should appear here as well. And then within the employees, within the policies that you set later on, you can select which route that you'd like to use. All right, so next we have profile requests. This is where, say, your employees requested to make specific edits to, say, their employment info or their personal info. It will appear here, and then you as an admin can view them here or approve or reject if you want to. So there's none available here at the moment, but when there are requests, it will appear here as well. All right, next you have your personal assistants. So this is the PA page where you can set particular PAs for, say, the CEO of the company or the CTO of the company. And you can simply create personal assistant by typing the person's name and the manager and clicking on confirm. And this person will have basically a PA designation. All right, so that's on PA. Pre-employment form is a form for newbies, basically. So you get to create new fields. Say if a newbie joins a company and they have new access to the altHR app, you want them to fill in their personal info, identification info, things like that. You can generate them here, and it will appear in the newbies altHR app, and they would have to fill this up, where you can then view their responses saved into their employees' information. All right, so this is on settings. Next, we have the reports page. So this is where all your generated reports will appear, same as under this reports page here, but this is specifically for reports generated in the people module. So simply click on download, and it should download the Excel file, really. All right, so this is on the people module. Let's move on to the leaves module. So this is, as its name suggests, this is where you set up all your leaves settings. So you have here in the settings page your default approval routing. This is where you set it up earlier, and where you can set it specifically for your leaves policies. So for example, for the marketing, HR, and CEO office, approval route goes only to the line manager. Criteria is from 0 to infinite number of days of leaves applied. It will go to the line manager for approval. But then for the finance department, you want to set it so that it goes to the line manager and then the line manager's manager. So MOM is manager of manager. So you can set them here, or you can create a new default approval routing and make changes based on your HR needs, really. All right, so then you can also click on download report, and it will download a report which will then appear under this reports tab as well that you have in the leaves module, same as the people module. All right, let's go back here to settings. So this is on approval routing. There's then work days, which is the work days that you want to set specifically for your company and for your branches, if any. So example, Mondays to Fridays here and Sundays to Thursdays here. And you can also set your off days and your rest days and any public holidays on which off days. Then have your holidays tab. This is where you set your specific public holidays. If you want, say, if you want your branch to recognize New Year's Day, you can click on this. And if you don't want them to recognize Federal Territory Day because they're not in KL, you can just toggle that off and it will not be a recognized public holiday there. Same thing for company holidays. Sorry, here you go. This is where you set specific company holidays. Say if some companies have a specific day off, you can set this here and it will be recognized by the altHR app and the admin dashboard that this specific day is a public holiday. All right, so then next we have is an import leave request tab. So this is where you can download the template of the altHR template, and say if your employees already applied for leaves elsewhere and you documented them elsewhere and you want it documented in the leaves page, you can download this template and it asks you to fill up all the information. And I want to import this template into here. It would then jot down specific employees of days and document them inside altHR as well. So it's the same as the import function that we saw earlier in the company page. All right, so next you have the policies page. So this is where all your leaves policies are in place. Things you can set from annual leaves to emergency leaves to replacement credits even. And if your company has any other leave policies, you can simply click on this and it will add additions in addition to this list as well. If it's not relevant anymore, you can click on edit and archive it, and it will appear under your archive policies, just so you know that it's archived. All right, so this is on leaves policy. If you want to create a new leaves policy, I'll just show you an existing one. It will look like this. This is the settings page. So you set the things from names, display names, advanced settings, employee eligibility, default entitlement. So how many days does this leave policy have? And things from proration and approval routings. So once you set all of them, it will appear in your employee's mobile app and it will follow what you have set up here. All right, so next we have leave requests. This is where you see all your leave requests that your employee has, that the employees have applied for. So you'll see things from the names, the approvers, and when was it submitted. One thing you can do as an admin is you can actually approve leaves on behalf of the manager. So you can click on the view button. You'll be able to view the specific leave request. And if you're all right with it, then you can approve on behalf as an admin, and this will be set as an approved leave. And at the same time, you can also click on download report and it will appear in your reports tab here. All right, this is on leave requests. One thing you can do also is to apply on behalf of a person. So you could apply for a type of specific employee's name and select the policy and apply for the leave over here as well. All right, this is an additional admin function. Next you have is leave balances. So this is where you view the balance of all your employees and basically just a list of a list of existing policies and their balance of the policy, the different policies. At the same time, you can also click on download report and it will appear in this report tab over here. So notice that if it says fail, it probably means you need to generate it again and it should be able to be successful. And once it's there, you can click on download and it will download the Excel file. This generate report tab is if you want to generate specific leave requests or other policy settings, and if you click on generate report, it will then appear under here. All right, so this is just the reporting page for the leaves module. Let's move on to the expense module. So expenses are things that you set, like say allowances or meal allowances and things like that. So this is the page where you would set it up. So settings page, you can set expense deadline if your company practices it. If not, you can just ignore that or leave it blank. There's also an additional expense currencies page, so you can select which currencies your employees can claim expenses in. There's also then a default approval routing page, so say from 0 to 500 ringgit, approval goes to the line manager, but anything more than that, it goes to the line manager and then the manager of the manager as well. So basically 2-level approval. You can then click on download report. Same thing, it will appear in the reports tab under expenses. Then there are 2 additional tabs. Say if your employee has a expense GL number, you can then add that in. Then there are also import expense requests, which is the same thing as import leaves requests. So download the template, fill it up, start the import function, and it will import all expenses into the policies page.
Hi, Alicia. Sorry. Can you refresh your screen? I think it's a bit frozen.
Oh, all right.
Yep.
Let me try that. Can you see it moving now?
I still can't. How about we try and reshare your screen again? Is that okay?
All right, sure.
Okay. Yeah, maybe stop sharing your screen for a while. Yeah. And reshare your screen. Yeah.
Right, let me try that again. All right, can you see it now? Hang on, I just put it up.
Policies. Okay, yep.
Is it moving?
Yes. Okay, just now it was still stuck at approval routing under leaves. So I think it should be okay now.
All right. Approval routing under leaves or expenses?
Under leaves.
Under leaves, so all the way here.
Yep, but it's okay. I think you can just quickly breeze through.
Okay, all right.
Policies again. Yeah, just very quick. Okay, thank you.
All right, sure, no problem.
Exit myself.
All right, no problem. All right, so leaves policies here is basically where you set up all your approval routing, your work days, specific work days for specific companies, public holidays, company holidays, and importing leave requests. So yeah, download template, import template, and it will appear in the leaves policy. So leave policy, this is where all your leave policies are, a listing of them. Leave requests, so you see the list of requests that your employees applied for. Leave balances, the list of employees leave balances that they have, and the reports tab where you see the list of reports generated by you as the admin. All right, that was a brief walkthrough of the leaves module. So on expense module, there are the expense settings. So you can set from here the expense deadline, expense currencies, the default approval routing. So which route it should go for different amounts. Expense general, I think it's called general ledger number, GL number. If your company has this policy, you can just add them here. And you can then also import expense requests from an altHR template. Import them and it will appear in your expense policies or for the specific employees. So expense policies, this is where you view all your created expense policies. There are 3 types of expenses that you can have: generic, mileage, and allowance. So mileage is basically transportation. Allowance is like meal allowance or daily allowance. Then generic ones can be like dental claims or any other claims that your company practices. Just simply click on create expense policy. select the category, and then you can create policy and fill up all the names and eligibility and limits and all that. And you can then save them. All right, that's on expense policies. And once they're, let's say, not relevant anymore, you can archive them and it will appear here. Next you view is expense transactions. So this is where you view a list of all expense claims that your employees applied for, and it will appear under this tab. On process expenses. So this is the tab where, say, you have already received all their transactions and you want to perform a payout to them. So this is where you see all the list of transactions here. You can then set them as processed, which will then, you can then download the report and you can then do the payout based on your HR choice of reports. So then, this is basically just a process tab where you have them documented somewhere that the claims have been processed. All right, next we have your reports page. So this is where, same as the previous two modules, you have the generate report tab, or you can generate your own report and you can download the report over here once they have been successfully generated. All right, so these are the three big modules that we have in altHR. Let's quickly go through the rest additions that we have in altHR. First one that we have is on checklist. This is, by the way, just do ignore the UI changes here. We are undergoing some UI changes, so you will see some fixes here and there. So checklist is basically what it is. It's a checklist of items. So say you want your employees to check specific items off their onboarding module probably. So example is new staff onboarding. You have 3 items that you can add here. And once it's been saved and published, the employees can see them on their mobile app and basically check them off. All right. That's pretty simple on checklists. You can then view responses and is it eligible for everyone, and you can then also archive them if it's not relevant anymore. All right, next you have this document manager. So this is where you house all company documents that you may have in your company. So statutory documents, employee policies, compliance sign-off, and any other documents that you want to create. You can just create a new folder, store all your documents in there, and they will be visible by your employees on their mobile app. All right, simple one on document manager. Highlights is basically news. So any company updates or news you would like to post or publish for your employees, say you can create a new highlight, and let's just view this one. You can then put in the picture, highlight the highlight's name, display name, and any text that you would like to type here to be published to your employees. So then from this page, you can view the publish date, time, and also how many views you have for this specific highlight. Then once you want to archive it, you can click on edit and it will appear in your archive highlights list. All right, so onboarding is a module specifically for newbies. So basically this is where you get to create a page, and in the onboarding module, new people will see say the message that you want to highlight to them on their first day. So probably a nice welcome message with important information and anything else that you want to let your newbies know. So you can publish them and it will appear in the newbies onboarding module, and they'll be able to view your welcome message. All right, so this is the new hires page. You'll see all the new hires that you have, and these are the people that will view your welcome message on the onboarding module. All right, this is this. Quick links is, as its name suggests, it's a quick link to specific websites or things that you would like your employees to know. So for example, I'd like my employees to have a quick access to their insurance portal. So I can click on add new link. I can embed the icon, the name, URL, and then I can add it here, and employees can easily view this on their mobile app and click on it to quickly go to the insurance portal. That is on links. On directories, this is basically contacts, so either emails or mobile numbers of, say, the security team or the integrity hotline or any other contacts that you have. Just type them here, and it will appear in their mobile app, and they can either make a call or make an email, send an email to them. All right, so that's on quick links. Status check-in is a brand new module that we have. It's basically a check-in module where you get to foster employee engagement. So an example that you have is, say, daily status updates. If you like to notify your employees to notify each other what is their status updates. So you could say like, where are you working from today? You can set the options, how are you feeling today, and set the options. And you can then set check-in times like time, days, and repeat on specific intervals. Are all employees eligible? Yes. You can then activate them on publish, and it will be published on their mobile app on check-ins. There's also a question check-in, which is a long form answer or a free text answer. So for example, this is a weekly sales updates check-in on, please provide an update on your sales pipeline for the week. So you can ask this at, say, 5 p.m. every Friday, and it repeats every week. So at this specific time and day, your employees will receive an email asking them to check in on their mobile app and to basically send in their responses. So that is on status check-in. It's a pretty handy tool, especially in this post-MCO era where most people would be working from home. So it could be a useful tool to have to foster employee engagement, really. All right, the last one that we have is on Sales Kit, and it's basically a place where you house all your company's products. So things like sales deck, promotions deck, flyers or marketing materials. And you can upload things from videos, PDFs, and images to your phone. So say if you're doing a presentation to a client, you can easily access all these sales decks or promotion deck from your app itself, and can quickly just show it to your contact and have them view all their information. So example, these are the teaser deck and other sales kit deck as well. And at the same time, there's also a leads generation form, which is where you're able to set up specific fields and say if you are doing a presentation to your colleague or your contact and they are interested in this product, they can then say fill in their name, their emails, have that sent to a recipient in your company, and then say the sales team. Then the sales team will be able to do a call out to them to sort of like follow up with the deal or with their interests, engage them, things like that. So yeah, it's a basic sales kit tool that you can set to house all your company information. And let's say once they're redundant, you can then archive them here as well. All right, so this is the entire list of offerings that we have on altHR, and this is the entire walkthrough of the admin dashboard. Pretty simple to go through once you get the hang of it. But if you do have questions, then we can always reach out to us, and we'll be able to answer them as well. All right, so I think that's about it for the demo. Do we have questions that you'd like to ask?
Yes, we have a couple of questions. Okay,
Right.
so number one from Admin Lau. How do I set the leave policy, like 1 to 2 years, 12 days, or 2 to 3, 15 days, etc.?
All right, so on leave policies, you are able to say, let's just navigate to the leave policies page. 1 second. All right, so here you are. If you're talking about entitlement, and this is the page where you set the entitlement days. Yeah, so let's say if a specific leave policy, let's say not annual leave, let's say sick leave, within a year, you are allowed to have, say, only 20 days. So this is where you say your entitlement. I believe there are no limits to this, so you can set, say, even 30 or more days. You can click on confirm, and it will save the settings here. So if you are talking about entitlement, then that is where you can set your different days, or even years if you like. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right, so I decided to put in a very frequently asked question. So can we have more than one person to be the admin on altHR? Is that possible?
Yep, that is possible. So Basically, how you do it is from the settings page, from role management, you can set specific admin settings to specific people. If you like them to have all the settings in the admin policy, you can just click on add policy and you can select basically everything here. Then that particular employee will have admin access to basically all the modules or all the offerings on this page here. Yeah, that is on, say, a
All right.
secondary admin that you like to have. All right.
Okay, I think that's all the questions we have. So I'll leave it to you,
Okay.
Alicia, to do the closing remarks, and then we can end the broadcast.
All right, sure. All right, so this concludes our admin dashboard walkthrough. Should you have any questions, do feel free to reach out to us anytime, and one of our support team will get back to you. And if you'd like to check out more, we do have a website, althr.my. So do check it out for new updates or new product features that we post every now and then, and you get to know more about our product and what you can do more with it. All right, so thank you all for your time. I'm sorry we overran just a few minutes. Right, have a great day, and we'll see you soon. All right, thanks.